the lead. Here comes Zach Williams. Zach Williams is trying to make something stick here. He tried to make a move, couldn't get him, or Zach Williams. Blake Soneros goes back to the top spot. The black 77, nicknamed Scissors. 2016, I believe, in 2017. Max Junior Daddy, the Junior Max Daddy of Maxis Racing in the Midwest. He also won some races in New York and New Jersey and in Pennsylvania, Virginia, and Maryland. This kid travels, his family travels, and Blake Soneros knows how to get it done. He leads again on 4.
Yes, he did that on the Premier. He used to drive for the Premier Karting Stable, now making the move to the great Matt Cannell Stable. Matt Cannell has made names out of many people, including Austin Yarborough. And now Yarborough's back with him as now we focus in on a battle for third here. Flying
JoJo
Ryan
Wilkinson's
Joyner.
the third. Yes, sir.
Flying Ryan Joyner gave Wilkinson a shot, saying,
trying to make something stick there. She's trying to poke on the bottom. Protecting her line is JoJo from Hueytown, Alabama. The pride of the great drivers like Bobby, Davey Allison, and Donnie Allison. One of the greats of dirt. Mr. Red Farmer from Hueytown, Alabama. He's at the Ice Bowl at Talladega this weekend. And in years past, JoJo Wilkinson has been at the Ice Bowl.
Yes.
But for right now, Scissors, Blake Soneros is leading the way. Blake Harris as he exits off turn 2.
You also can't forget about another Alabama great, Neil Bonnet.
That's right.
Can't forget about Neil Bonnet.
The late Neil Bonnet passed away at Daytona during Speed Weeks in '94. We're halfway home. I need no pro to the grid, please. No pro. We've been calling for you. No pro. To the grid, Pro Clone Heavy. Get ready for your big race coming up next as well. That's the Rumble 3.
Blake Cisneros up front, cart number 77, about a turn ahead of JoJo Wilkinson. And maybe Flying Ryan Joyner, who is now in the third spot. On it looks like the Millennium Mission is the chassis he is running behind. It looks like a Phantom. And the Todd Miller Racing Engines entry of JoJo Wilkinson. Maybe they can get a draft going, maybe a pump draft to maybe catch the McCannell Motorsports number 77 Phantom Deuce chassis, which is now new in 2018 and available at Phantom Racing Chassis. Harold Wiggins and all company do a great job over at Phantom Racing Chassis.
They do a phenomenal job. Trouble up in turn number 2. One cart's going around. That's Tyler Wood in number 1. He's at the top of the banking where the cones are, up where the return road is, off of turn 2. He's out of harm's way. No caution. Race rolls on. Scissors, Blake Soneros out in front by about 8 cart lengths, maybe more, over JoJo Wilkinson. And Flying Ryan putting Joyner in the 15. They exit off turn 4.
Flying Ryan, also a former Junior Max Daddy winner.
Yes.
In Junior 2, and now here in Junior 3 on the Millennium Mission. Right now, Cisneros, Wilkinson, Joyner, Zach Williams on the Premier Karting Hubreaker Preps machine, and you got Michael Bumgarner riding in the 5th spot. But right now is all Blake Cisneros as well. JoJo has kind of reeled him in a little bit.
Might be playing possum here.
The gap is down to half a second, Wesley.
Wilkinson trying to reel in the leader, but so is also Joyner trying to roll in JoJo. They come to the line. We're working now. 6 to go, 5 to go. Next time by 25 laps of distance. No pro to the grid. Your feature is next. No pro, and then the Rumble 3 for Pro Clone Heavy. Get them lined up, guys.
Like I said, the gap was down to half a second. Now it's down to 0.4 of a second. JoJo and Ryan Joyner reeling them in. If it keeps going by 10th, we're coming to 5 to go. We might have us a race on our hands. It's the high 5 coming for the flagman for Blake Cisneros. But Wilkinson and Joyner has cast out that rod, put on that stink bait. He's trying to reel in a catfish as they head down to turn number 1.
Yeah, actually, they're showing him 4 to go this time by 4 laps remaining. Working lap 21, Blake Cisneros, JoJo Wilkinson, Ryan Joyner. They're all in the interval of less than a half of a second. Through the line, back to turn 1. It's still Cisneros. He'll hit his marks. Joyner now trying to reel in JoJo Wilkinson to the back straightaway. The battle's for second, but they're trying to reel in the leader, Cisneros. They'll come to the line. Bullhorns are up. 2 to go, Blake. They're back to turn 1.
I wonder what's going through Ryan Joyner's mind right now. You got to think he's got to get on the bumper of JoJo and maybe push her up to the back bumper of Cisneros to maybe get this 3-cart race. But right now, white flag, there's still about 3 or 4 cart lengths between JoJo and Cisneros looks like he might have this one in the bag.
One more time down the back straightaway. Blake Cineros looking for his second win. While that goes on, Wilkinson and Joyner, they spin! Joyner spins, trying to get by. They come to the line. Checkered flag goes in the air. Blake Cineros wins in Pro Junior 3. JoJo Wilkinson will take second, holding off the late rally charge off the fourth turn by flying Ryan Joyner. And watching the scoring pylon on the monitor, he is falling back. Zach Williams for third, Michael Bumgarner fourth, and Chase Litchfield your top five, looking like Kinlaw sixth, Lane seventh, and Joyner with his spin on the last lap, last turn. Blake Harris will finish eighth. Bowling will round out the top 10 with Tyler Wood.
Yes, definitely. I don't blame Joyner. I might have done the same thing. I would not change what he did. He had to try and poke the nose in there. JoJo was just there, and Joyner got the worst end of it. JoJo ended up saving her Todd Miller Racing Engine entry as she'll finish second, but we have No Pro up next.
That's right. No Pro's coming up next. Brian Ivy, holler at him. We're going to take a radio timeout. We'll be back on a late night for the first motorsports event on CRN, the Community Radio Network.
Some energy drinks want to scare you. Some even want to bully you around. And the others, they're just blowing smoke. Packed with vitamins B3, B5, B6, and B12, the new HiQ Energy Drink comes available in 4 exciting flavors. Skyberry Fusion, Apple, Coconut Fruit Punch, and Lemon Lime. Natural caffeine, no preservatives, no crash, no bull. HiQ Energy Drink. Wings are for birds.
No Pro, we're about to send whatever we have in the grid on the racetrack. We've been calling for you to line up. You need to be lined up, please. No Pro, this is your race. Attention pit side, Pro Clone Heavy. Pro Clone Heavy, your feature is next. Pro Clone Heavy, your feature is next. That is, finally, after 2 months in the making, the Rumble 3. The Rumble 3, that 40-lap 5,000 win event, is coming up here in just a moment. With that being said, let's give you your starting lineup for the No Pro feature. Race number 23 in Saturday's New Year's race in Paradise, Rumble 3 here at Paradise Raceway in Selle, South Carolina. Quick qualifier, the number 83 with a speed of 48.151 miles per hour, 14.953 seconds best time, Wes Sudeth in the 83. Starting second will be Doug Sturley in the 53. Starting third, Casey Kelly in the 5, followed by Josh Johnson in 33. Starting fourth, David Parker in 34. And the 121 of Dawson Bryan will start sixth. 27, A.J. Walsh is seventh. And 42 is Jeffrey Powell, eighth. Ninth is the 2 of Austin Jones. And then the top 10 is the 94 of Zane Butler. Starting 11th, the 21D of Justin Dehemper. And then starting 12th, the 10 of Brandon Johnson. Starting 13th, the 39 of Justin Anderson. Then it's going to be starting 14th, the 4 of Chris Phillips. And starting halfway through the top 15 at 29, the 01 of Tony Bowling.
So we'll have starting in 16th, Mason Johnson in car number 23. 17th, Matt Fowler. 18th, Tony Reinhardt. 19th, Preston Curtis. And David Goins will round out the top 20. Kelly White, 21st. Justin Cacklemere in the 22nd spot. Anthony Hicks, Dalen Litchfield, Brad Beverly, Jonathan Kroon, Jacob Abernathy, Tony Arnold, and Dakota Cook rounds out the field. Well, Wesley, I was talking to Wes Sudeth earlier, one of my great friends from around the area, Maya. Wes Sudeth said he wants this win bad, but you got old squirrely Doug Steerley. He's wanting it just as much starting in that second spot.
That's right. Pro Clone Heavy, Rumble 3. Your race is next.
Great beat we got here, Wesley.
Always. Ready for another lap around here, setting the field. 29 starters, a kaleidoscope of colors coming at you for No Pro. The big one's next. The 5,000 to win Rumble 3 will roar at 2 a.m. And somebody's going to carry 5 large of Terry Odom's money back to wherever they reside. A race that's been on hiatus for the last 2 months since Thanksgiving. 3 attempts at the original venue of Triple T Raceway. Now rechanged to tonight. And we're going to get it in, that's for darn sure. 5,000 to win. That race is next. But for now, it's no pro. They come to the line, Blake Harris. We're green out of turn 4.
Wes Sudduth brings them to the green on the Phantom Minicon as they're going to dive off down into turn number 1. Sudduth still has a spot. Steerley will hold on the second. Looks like everyone gets through safe and sound. Off of turn number 4, lap 1 goes to Wes Sudduth.
So Sudduth will come to the line. He'll lead lap 1. Got one spinning off the track up top side in turn 4. They'll all hold their line for the time being. We're going to have to throw caution out. We at least got 1 lap scored. I believe Amber's going to call it for 1 lap. Our chief score over there for timing and scoring. Amber done a phenomenal job.
That kart that spun out in turn number 4, that was Tony Reinhardt, by the way. That was the 029 of Tony Reinhardt that went around on that Phantom Recon. As Wes Sudduth.
Well, I've just been informed they're going to go back to the original lineup. So they'll go back and what I used to say what I say in the dirt and the asphalt world, re-rack them and restack them. But unfortunately, in kart racing, they're single file. Oh,
we're going to put them in a straight line like Grandma.
Now,
Bunyan's.
if you remember Blake Harris, I don't know if you were around or in the racing scene at that time, or if you were even born for that matter.
I've been
back in the 90s.
No, I was not born in 2000.
Yeah, I would say in the 90s. I would say it was 90 in the late 90s, early 2000s. Kart racing did start double file.
Yes.
There was double file starts in karting, but somehow somebody changed the rules and said, let's go single file like Grandma's onions, as you said, in races. So
actually, when I used to race back in 2010 at Southern Pride, Highway 120, Crossacre, we started double file. That was when junior drivers had flathead motors. So it's been a while since I've been running the go-karts here with the juniors. As we're going to go green.
Let's try it. Take number 2 underway for no pro. And we need pro clone heavy for the Rumble 3. 5,000 to win. Coming up next. Get them lined up, gentlemen. Here they come. Blake off 4. We got another caution. Darn it. Caution, trouble in turns 1 and 2. Right in front of the leaders. Everybody had to get on the binders, and they'll have to reset them again. And somebody is going to get the black flag.
And it looks like A.J. Walsh from kart number 27. Yes, it is. As he spun out and just pulled out right in front of your leaders. Yes, it was A.J. Walsh, our 7th place starter, will now be black flagged.
Could have given up that 7th place start. Exactly. That's a tough break.
Another mannerism I like to say. He just went from the penthouse to the outhouse real quick, Wesley.
He just got sent a carpet square with no milk, and you go to timeout, and your time's done. So definitely he's going to be pouting about it. This black flag's being given. He has still not exited the racetrack.
What is a race without somebody pouting and complaining, though?
That's right. Looks like they're going to let him stay at the tail, so I think maybe he just got a warning, if anything. Oh, well, according to Amberlin Still, chief scorer, he can stay on the racetrack if he wants to. He's just not going to be scored. Now, in NASCAR, if you do not acknowledge the black flag after 3 times, of course, kart racing doesn't have it as we come to green now for a 3rd original start. Black flag with a white cross. Mm-hmm. That's called the skull flag, and that is normally signified to the drivers to let them know you can stay on the track if you want to, fella, but your scorecard has been pulled. You're not being scored until you go down for reprimand. But after you break it that 3rd time, you're disqualified. So basically, let him stay out there. Let him do what he's doing in the back, but it doesn't mean anything.
And when you don't abide by
trouble. Turn 4. 84 spins around.
Kaylee White. Kaylee White was the driver on the 84, but I was saying, like in NASCAR, you don't only get the skull flag, you probably get about a $50,000 fine.
Oh, yeah. You get a nice little visit to the Oval Office, as we call it.
Oh, the trailer they have out there.
Back to green.
As it looks like old squirrely Doug Steerley now ahead of Wes Sudduth. Doug Steerley. He already has the win in the first amateur race we ran today. Doug Steerley, one of the best amateur drivers around, but he has Wes Sudduth right behind him, chomping at the bit.
I'll tell you what, I was watching that number 3 of Dakota Cook just slide job right in front of the pack by 2 carts as he exited off of turn 4 just a moment ago. Great piece of driving. Now he negotiates on the rest of the field. Here he comes, cross the line, and battle for the lead. Back straightaway. Here comes Squirrely Sturley to the lead off of turn 4. Sunneth will fall back to second as Doug Sturley. Now Wes Sunneth will get it back now as he goes.